Today is Tuesday, May 31. I'm Pastor Anthony, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from Psalm 20. Some trust in chariots, and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. It's Psalm 20, verse 7. We are always and everywhere tempted to believe that salvation comes by our own accomplishment. By the work of our hands we establish ourselves and provide for ourselves and our families. By our own firm stands we defend ourselves, our family, and our institutions. And there's something to that notion. We do have things to do to get in on the action of God. We do have callings and things that we're equipped for by Him, things that we do out of grateful response for the salvation we've received. But there is an important caveat, quite a big one in fact, upon which the whole goodness of the good news of the gospel rests. And it's this, that our trust finally rests not in our own work, but in God's. It is a super simple principle, but we get it wrong all the time. The Old Testament is littered with examples, especially through the history of the books of Samuel and Kings. Subtly, slowly, the people would again find themselves believing, first through their actions, and then through their hearts, that if salvation from their enemies or struggles did not come by their own hands, it would not come at all, which is the same thing as confessing no God at all. We first live practically and pragmatically, like there is no God, and then eventually our mind and hearts catch up with our lived confession. It can happen in so many different ways. It happens in the usual ways we might think of, certainly. We stop going to church and participating in the life of the Christian community, that's one way. Or we become addicted to a particular sin, that's another. But it happens in far more subtle, everyday ways, too, that may pass our gaze and impact each of us in a way that may surprise us. For instance, when Christians fight with one another. To keep a conflict healthy and fight fair and Christianly is no easy task, which means that fighting is a high-risk activity. When our passions stir, it is easy to allow less than Christian means into our actions for the sake of winning the day. Things like self-righteousness, pride, lovelessness, control, slander, manipulation of people or process, gossip, anger, and more. Each of these are examples of trusting in ourselves rather than entrusting ourselves to God. Just a different version of chariots and horses. Our confession of faith is different, though. That while some trust in chariots, some in horses, some in gossip, some in control, we are continually called to trust in the name of the Lord our God, who in Jesus has come and won the final victory, the only victory we will ever need. Our salvation, along with the salvation of the church, are found in Him. So how might you live out, concretely, that trust in Christ today, as you entrust yourself to Him? As you journey on, go with His blessing. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you, wherever He may send you. May He guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May He bring you home rejoicing at the wonders He has shown you. May He bring you home rejoicing, once again, into our doors.